All right, Shalom. This is Brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you with another lesson. Giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Achakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. This lesson is going to be what you see on the screen, emotion, but I'm going to title this, Don't Let Your Emotions Get in the Way of Your Salvation. Okay? So without further ado, I'm going to get the word emotion in the etymology. We used online etymology dictionary. It's a good website to see the origin of words. So the word emotion, it says moving, stirring, or agitation. It says stir up, move out, remove, or agitate. It says to X out. Another good word, excommunicate. All right, that goes into like being xed out of the church, which is it coincides with Sirach, the first chapter, verses 29 and 30. It says to move. It says to push away. It says strong feeling. All right, now, as you know, being in this truth, we're all we're all guilty of acting off of emotion and reacting off of feelings and things of that nature, which is what kind of can get you caught up, and you can push things away that may have been near and dear to your heart, or the Lord can just, take it away because you reacted in a certain manner when you should have been reacting spiritually and not emotionally. Because as I read, the word emotion means to move out or remove. You react in an emotional type of way, it can remove you from salvation. You got to react or be proactive, but in spiritual manner. Don't react. Don't be reactive. I did a lesson on that. Don't be reactive. Be proactive. I just got off the phone with a brother down in Dallas, Tazamar, and he was speaking on certain things of, like, the Lord put you in a situation to see what you're going to do. You get a flat tire, what you going to be? No. Or you can be like, okay, you always see the negative in it, or you can be like, okay, let's see the positivity in this situation scenario, which is, it's easier said than done. You get a flat tire, you're like, what fucking good could come out of this? But there's always something that you can extract positivity out of instead of acting emotionally towards things and moving things and agitating things and stirring things up, because that's what emotion means. So that's why I wanted to make this lesson about react. Like, don't let your emotion, deter you from getting salvation. This is Romans 13 and 11, which is a classic. It says, in that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. And one of the things that have a lot of people sleeping is their emotions, which comes from the flesh, okay? And the flesh agitates the spirit. That's why when you read the scripts in Romans, I think the 8th chapter, they war against one another. I might as well just get it. Let's see. Salakia. Romans 8. Bear with me. I know it's somewhere here. If not, it's all good. But pretty much the flesh wars against the spirit. And that warring is your emotions versus responsibilities. You let your emotions get the better of you, you're not being a responsible individual. And our responsibilities on this earth is to do two things, which I'm gonna go ahead and get right now, which is another classic script, Ecclesiastes 12, if it will load. And 13 says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of men." All right, not to be emotional and drive things away. All right, you having this level of feelings and things of that nature and not putting them aside. Yes, it's human nature to you may feel, you get angry, you get sad, you're happy, excited, ecstatic, depressed at some points. But all of that has to be ruled by responsibilities, and it's our responsibility to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. That's our duty. All right? And getting your emotions in the way deter you from the duties that you have or the responsibilities that you have. All right? If you have a family, you're responsible for them. If you have a rib, you are responsible for her. If you have things that you love, you are responsible for those. Because at the end of the day, I'm speaking to the Aki and myself first and foremost. Your emotions can, if they run rampant, you can drive them out and actually deter them from salvation as well. There's a lot that's being, a lot of people don't understand that they really are dependent on you. But if you continually let your emotions get the best of you, you're deterring yourself from salvation in the one that you claim to love. All right, so Romans 13:11 again, it says, "In that knowing the time, that now is a high time to awake out of sleep." You see it all over the news, this anti-Semitic, people, Esau ultimately painting a picture of so-called Negroes attacking these, Jewish, yes, I can say that, Jewish people, and every time you read the article on the attacks, they say it's an African-American male who follows black Hebrew Israelites. You can see the demonization coming from Esau. You see? It says knowing the time. We see it. These things are happening. I just read another article a brother put in the group text. Or it was like a YouTube video or whatnot. It said United States military strikes Iranian targets. It says a major 2020 event. We see the things happening. We see the salvation is close. So continuing, it says, "For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed." It's closer. So the closer it gets, the less your emotions should take a play in your life. It should just become responsibility. Your fear levels need to increase. What you're supposed to be doing in the spirit needs to amp up. Because we realize these things. What's close to you, keep it close. At the end of the day, it is the Lord's will whether things happen or whether things don't. But there's one thing that you should be doing is getting on point. Getting all your ducks in a row, like they say. Don't let your emotions deter you from the salvation that is coming, that is near, it's right around the corner. Okay? To everybody, man. Everybody's sincere, the elect 144 1/3. Fuck it, I'll say it. Significant others who are with a man who is sincerely doing this truth. Don't let your emotions get in the way of pretty much your ticket to salvation. Don't let it do it. At the end of the day, it still is the Lord's will, but just try your best. Men, don't let your emotions push out the ones you love. Don't let your emotions deter you from the salvation that is near. You got a chance. If you're doing the same thing I'm doing, the apostle Salakia, if you're doing the same thing the apostles and the elders are doing, dwindling all the way down to little me, you have a chance. If you're in the correct doctrine and you believe the name Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and you believe He's with you and walking with you, take it and run with it. That is your chance. Don't let your emotions get in between things. Put those to the side, man. Fuck a feeling. Focus on the responsibilities, you know? Focus on the responsibilities and what you're supposed to be doing. Verse 12, it says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. And that Matthew 6 and 22, I want to say, that tells you, I'll just get it. Matthew 6. Says Matthew 6 and 22, the light of the body is the eye. Gotta have a spiritual eye in this thing to discern. If therefore thine eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. Okay? And that's putting on that armor of light by having it, keeping your eyes single and focused on what's at hand, on your responsibilities. Okay? And don't let your emotions get in between that, man. As you can see, it means to agitate. Don't let your emotion agitate your chances. Don't let your emotion move out your chances. Don't let your emotions remove you from the chance that the Lord gave to you. Don't let your emotions be a scruple or be grievous to the Holy Spirit, like it says, I think in Ephesians 4:30, or I think it might be Ephesians 4:30. And don't let that push it away, like it says right here. That's what the word emotion means. Okay? Control that shit. Control it. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, because you got to go through things in your life that will show you that, yeah, your emotions got in your way of your judgment, bro. Your ego, you're entitled, all that. It's emotional. Don't let it get like that. Keep it scriptural and keep your mind on the prize at hand. Don't let your emotions push your salvation to the curb. All right? Get control of that shit and put that to the side, man. And focus on the responsibilities and the duties at hand, man. There's a lot of people depending on us, Akim. Okay? People are going to come to us with questions, wondering why certain things are happening. Who else is going to usher in that peaceful multitude that's spoken of in Revelation, the 7th chapter? All right? Who's gonna be with the women in Isaiah 4:1? All right? Where it tells you 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. You gonna be emotional there? When 7 meaning the number of completion, a complete number, 2 of them can come. That's a complete number that the Lord designated for you specifically. Are you going to be worried if they love you or they care? Get the emotions out of it. You should spiritually see, well, they were sent to me for a reason. What is that reason? To seek salvation. Get the emotions out of it. There's people depending on us. All right, so Lord willing, that lesson was edifying. I don't want to make it too long. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. It's your brother Kasha Quality. Until next time, we say shalom.